And welcome back. As promised before the break, we're sitting down with representatives from the University of Belize's Belize City Student Government to talk about a career expo. Joining us for this conversation, we have the Financial Controller, Stephen Dixon, we have Administrative Officer, Briannie Young, and we have Vice President, Alexander Ellis. Good morning.
Good morning and welcome.
To the show.
Morning.
Now, let's talk a little bit about this entire idea and how it came into being.
For the start, from the onset of this idea, it came up at one of our meetings as to how the student government could assist our students. We're constantly trying to look at ways how we could help our students and improve the student life at the University of Belize. So basically what we had done was came up with this idea of how we could assist the students in finding jobs, because that is one of the issues that they're always telling us about, that, oh, we come to school and we cannot find jobs. So we noticed the trend in the US whereby the big universities have these career days and the huge organizations come in and they look for students, they look for qualified students to fill vacant positions within their organizations. So that is what actually spiked the idea as to how we could assist our students. So basically what we did here is we sent out invitations to all the various business organizations. We tried to reach for all the different areas that we offer degrees, which is like or engineering or architectural or business or science or tourism students. So we've reached out to them and we've asked them to come in and share information with our students as to what it's like when applying to these organizations, what you have to do, what you have to be qualified in, what they are looking for in terms of when they're looking for employees.
Yeah.
We're also asking different organizations to come in and speak about scholarship opportunities if they have scholarship opportunities as well, and also assist our students who are looking for internship opportunities, because students are always saying it's hard to find places to do our internship, it's hard to find scholarship. So this is how the student government is trying to assist our students in making it easier for them to transition from going to school to working in the workforce.
And also, a lot of students are at the university level and still don't know what they want to do or who they want to become or where they want to work. So like what Steven said, it's like helping out the students, you know, to make it a little bit easier after getting that bachelor's or associate's degree, the transition a lot easier so they could find a job with no hustler.
Now, a lot of times the conversation that we've had has always been this pointing towards a disconnect between what students actually know coming out of an institution and what the workplace may require. How do you hope this expo will provide students with a better idea of what they need to do in terms of the skills they need to develop to move into the workplace more seamless?
You see, that is why this is part of exactly why we're having this expo, because when we have these organizations come in, they're going to meet with the students personally, and then they're going to share with our students exactly what it is that they're looking for, and they're going to tell you the skill sets that you need to do a specific job. You know, so let's say BTL comes in and they have an opening for sales representative. They're going to then tell us exactly what it is that sales representative is required to do, what he or she should be qualified in as regards to your degree, what we're looking for with your degree, and they're just going to tell us exactly how it is a sales representative goes about doing his or her job. In that way, it ties back to what Alex said. It gives you a more in-depth understanding of what it's like working out there, and then students could then feel out and say, if I want to be a sales representative, or if I want to be a marketing person, you understand? By speaking to these organizations give our students who have not gotten a job as yet an understanding of what the workforce is like outside of the classroom, because we have a number of students who are full-time students who just goes to school. you know. So some of these students don't have the understanding of what it's like to work out there as yet. You just have the theory part of it. So we're trying to bring to you the real part of it, which is the practical part.
How did you make your selection as to who you would invite in to showcase the work opportunities at their organizations?
Well, we tried to focus on business that pertain to the different majors we offer. So like what Steven said earlier, that we would invite BTV because we have a tourism program.
Okay.
We would invite construction companies or architectural companies to accommodate for our IT vet students. Or we would invite, you know, social work for social work students, some business enterprises for business students, banks and so forth for accounting students and so forth. So that's how we went about selecting the different businesses to come at the expo. So the people who are studying what they're studying could have a brighter, clearer idea of what they want to do.
You see, also one of the things is that oftentimes I see my fellow classmates switching program. Maybe I'm a business major and then I switch to a tourism class or a tourism major. So this will help the students to more understand, well, if I should stick it out in the business sector, or if I should go back to the tourism, or maybe I'm just in the wrong place. I belong in the engineering field.
Yeah.
So by speaking to these organizations, you know, these students will have this better understanding, because sometimes some of the students, they choose a course because they see it fit and we'll say easier for them to pass through, but it's not something that you would enjoy doing.
Yeah.
You know, so then by coming to this event, students will speak to these people, and then you could realize that, okay, I'm not seeing myself fully as a business person. I'm more seeing myself as a architectural person or a engineering person. So I think instead of switching from business to tourism, I need to actually go to the engineering sector of studying. So it's just to guide our students, you understand, and entail to help our students move forward and be more productive.
What will the format be like? Will it be a one-on-one engagement? Will there be group presentations? How do you...
Well, there will be booths set up at the management campus. So what students can do is they can go to the booth and speak to our representatives from any one of the representatives from each one of the companies, whether it's a large amount the business or that booth participants to want to speak to, or whether it's one-on-one. If you want one-on-one, the businesses will have that for you if you need further information.
And also we told students to come ready. That was something that the dean at our campus and the chairs promoted and told students to do. Come ready, come dressed ready for an interview, come with your resumes, your letters and everything, because you never know, like...
So it could very well be a job interview on the spot.
Yeah.
A part of it is that because some of the business has indicated that they have job openings currently. For example, yesterday I spoke to the human resource manager of Belize, and she had left some information with me and indicated that they have openings. So these are some of the things that we're going to put out there tomorrow and tell students about. You know, if you're looking for a job, you could go to Belize and you could contact Ms. Katrina, because she has openings right now in these respective areas, and this is her information to reach out to her, or there might be somebody there who, you know, have, you know, that's why it's called an opportunity fair as well, because for students, they might well get up and come to this fair, end up with a job by the end of the fair, or end up with finding out how to get a scholarship and going abroad to study, or making it easier for them to find a place to do their internship when they're finished, because at the end of each semester, we have hundreds of students who have to go off into internship, and it's hard for them to find places to go and do this internship. So by having this fair, this assists the students and making it easier for them.
Okay. And what has been, who's the target student population? Because when you talk about things like, obviously those who are nearing completion are looking for jobs, but you're also saying that you want the businesses to be able to say the needs that they want, the skill sets that they're looking for. So it's also for the younger students as well,
Right.
Yes.
right?
We're basically trying to target all of our students.
Yeah.
Because despite the fact that you may be working or not working, maybe you might want to change from where you're currently working. So this will bring out ideas to you as to where you could go and look to seek new employment for our students, to just make it easier to move around, because like I said, some of us go into certain areas to study and we're not fully comfortable with it. So this will help us to move into a more comfortable feel, and then have us be more productive citizens in the end.
And also, it's for, like what you said, the younger people. Maybe they're not ready to work as yet.
Yeah.
But it's basically to create that bond between that student and that business that they would like to work with in the future. So when they actually finish, you know, that bond is there. You already have my resume. I know a lot about you.
Yeah.
So it'll be a lot easier to go in and do an interview, feel a lot more comfortable, a lot more, you know, calm, and because that bond is there. So
Yeah, and also it's not just for the younger students. It's for people who have already graduated with an associate's degree and are ready to work and haven't had that opportunity to find a job, you know. This is your opportunity to get out there and see your resources, see what you can get, you know, see where you belong in the working field, in the professional field, you know, because we have an unemployment rate. A lot of students graduate from the University of Belize and don't have jobs, you know, so this is your opportunity to find that job and maybe further your education in the university to better yourself and your job.
So it's not just for current students or
No.
current enrolled students.
It's for past.
Open.
and also
That's okay.
and also we invited high schools as well, because at maybe at a younger age than the university people. Like in high school, I didn't know what I wanted to be. I graduated from HSC not knowing what I wanted to do. So we invited high schools to come in, and that might give them a better idea from that high school level of what they want to do. So maybe they go there, see BTB, wow, I like tourism. Maybe I come to UB and study tourism or architecture or whatever. So we invited high schools to come as well. So
Now, what would you say has been the recurrent theme in terms of what students have to say? Because very often, you know, people think that students choose the path of least resistance. They choose the courses that are just easiest. It has nothing to do with career path. So
I have personally learned that no field is easy. From a person who studied science through high school and switched to business in college, it's a totally different ballgame, but still, business requires the same amount of time and dedication as science. You have to study, you have to know how to work well with others, you have to know how to do your research in order to find out information that you need. So with jobs, it's the same thing. You have to have good communication skills. You have to learn how to be a leader. So that's the type of things businesses want. They want people who can communicate well with others, people who are dedicated and will put in that work. And I believe that's what the university teaches, you know. Simple thing as customer service class. They teach you how to present yourself in a professional manner. You know, businesses like even BTB, if you're a tourism student, you need to sell your country to foreigners. So, you know, you need to be able to present yourself in a professional manner in order to sell your country, Belize. You need to be pleasant and be positive and know your facts, know your research and history about your country.
See, also to, like I said, from the onset of this idea, this fear is to also assist the students, because like we said, a lot of them go into the field of business because it is known that business is maybe the easy field, but we're trying to get people to be more productive by doing what you love. By doing what you love, then you end up being more productive, because if you're a science person and you're working in the business area and then you just do what you call the basic level to get past, you understand? But if you're a business person, you're in the business field and you have a passion for business, then you'll give it your all. You'll give it that 100%, and then by giving it that 100%, that initiates a whole other, you know, environment where innovation and also all sorts of things come out, you know, because then people look at you and see you as an example of how to follow. So it's not just we're trying to move the students away from doing what you consider is easy to just get a degree to doing what you love. So until
Finding your
you end
passion.
up, so you end up being more productive.
Great. So let's get the details. It takes place tomorrow.
Yes, it takes place tomorrow at the Faculty of Management and Social Science, which is our FMAS campus at the Westland Diva. We're planning to start at 8 a.m., whereby we're going to have our opening ceremonies by our president and the deans and everyone. And then from there, the official thing kicks off by 10, whereby the students could go around and consult with the businesses.
All right. And it is not just for UB students.
No.
It's for anyone who is looking for an opportunity to find a job.
Yes.
And this will be the place to be. And as you mentioned, come prepared, come dressed for an interview, and also bring your CV as well.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. Well, great initiative, and we really hope that the students make the best of the opportunity. And of course, I know that there will be a lot to learn as well.
Okay. Just before we go, we'd just like to remind people about next UB event that is coming up this weekend, which is the annual Relathon. It will be this Sunday, starting in San Ignacio for the males at 8:30 and in Belmopan for the females.
All right, great. Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Yes,
Thank you.
And best of luck. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, it's to find out more about the Sagicor Visionaries Challenge. So stay tuned.